Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to Bald Father Bets. Happy Monday as we get ready for Monday Night Football here between the Chiefs and the Saints. So give you guys a little bit of recap in terms of Sunday, NFL Sunday for us. Give you the play tonight for Monday Night Football, as well as some early plays that we've already made for the upcoming week, both on Thursday Night Football and then some plays we have for Saturday for college. So recap of yesterday, NFL Sunday, where we went 13-10 in terms of units. Started out pretty rough, started out 5-9 after the morning games, and that was a 4-unit swing for us on the Bengals. That was a killer. So we had the Bengals minus the 2.5, and then we also had the Bengals in plus a half for the second half. So minus the 2.5 was 3 units, and plus a half was for 1 unit. So if the Bengals get that win there by 3, ultimately we win all 4 of those units and we start out 9-5 rather than 5-9. So that snap and that hold for McPherson to miss that kick was a killer, but also really disappointed in Zach Taylor and the Bengals coaching staff in that they weren't more aggressive in trying to get more yards. They got the ball back and then handed the ball off up the middle 3 times and then kicked a 54-yard field goal. I understand this is the NFL. I understand kickers are making 50-plus yarders like they're nothing, but it's still a 54-yard field goal to ultimately win the game. And I would have liked to have seen them be more aggressive at getting the ball a little bit closer before McPherson could have taken that kick. Ultimately, if the snap and the hold happened the same way, I don't know how much closer you would have had to have gone to actually made the kick, but still just kind of some poor coaching, because then if you are more aggressive, hey, maybe you break one, score a touchdown, and you take it out of the kicker's hands entirely. I mean, Derrick Henry almost broke one there at the last second for the Ravens to get the win and not need the kick. And by the way, it was Bengals plus 2.5, obviously not Bengals minus 2.5, but it's just a killer for us all around. Definitely should have won that one. Bengals were doing very well all day. And that's the other thing too, is the Bengals offense had been essentially unstoppable other than when Joe Burrow threw the one pick, and there was zero aggression whatsoever. I will never understand that. You're 1-3 on the season. That's a gotta have it game against a division rival. Leave it all out there. I mean, if you go down and you go down swinging, okay, but hand it up off the middle 3 times for 1 yard each and then miss the field goal. And as soon as they missed that field goal, you knew it was over, because at that point the Ravens were moving the ball down the field with ease as well. Only thing that stopped them when on their opening possession of overtime was that Lamar just fumbled the ball after he took the snap and shotgun. So killer for us there, but then we did make up for it as the rest of the day went on. So went 3-1 in the afternoon. Was able to kind of rectify that there, so we got back to 8-10, and then we had the Cowboys for the 5 units that we made the community post on for Sunday Night Football. Obviously, pretty epic game there. A sweat that should have never been a sweat. Cowboys dominated that game up and down the field, but still almost found a way to lose it in very Cowboys fashion. Thank you, Dak Prescott, for diving on that football. Would have given me a heart attack. But overall, a great day of NFL. Started at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time and ended at 1 a.m. Eastern Time. So also a cool stat. Dak Prescott became the first NFL player to throw multiple picks in one game, but on different days, because the game went past midnight, and he had a pick after midnight as well. So sloppy game from the Cowboys. Like I said, they dominated that. They should have won by 17 plus points. They did not, but they did get the win, and they did get the cover for us, bringing us to 13-10 on the day. And then that brings us to 130, 86, and 4 on the year. So again, having a positive year. We'll do a 200 unit. We're past 200 units, but we'll do a 200 unit check-in with you guys probably tomorrow once we finish up this week. So heading into tonight, we are going to be taking the Chiefs minus the 5 for 2 units against the Saints. People are, I think, a little bit too down on the Chiefs at this point. They are at home in a primetime game. I am still sell high on the Saints. People are still putting too much stock into what they did in weeks 1 and 2. I do like Alvin Kamara. I do like the Saints offense. I do like it when they run the ball. You're going to be hard pressed for me to pick Derek Carr over Patrick Mahomes if Derek Carr is getting less than a touchdown here. I think that the Chiefs are probably a little bit angry as to how they're undefeated, but a little bit angry as to how the season has gone so far. They have a lot of room for growth, and I think tonight is one of the nights that you're going to see that kind of come out. Also, like that defense, like Spags, like their ability here to get Derek Carr to turn the ball over, as he tends to do in games, and he's kind of avoided that so far this season. So expect a little bit of a regression to the mean for Derek Carr. And we like the Chiefs here minus the 5 against the Saints, and that's going to be for 2 units. Looking forward into the week, there's a few plays that we've already made. We are taking the Seahawks plus the 3.5 on Thursday Night Football for 3 units against the 49ers. People keep waiting for this 49ers team to kind of, wake up and show up, and everyone says, oh, they need McCaffrey, they need McCaffrey, they need McCaffrey. Their current running back, Mason, this is the best start that a 49ers running back has ever had to start the season. He has more yards than any other running back has ever had to start the season. This is not a Christian McCaffrey problem. The 49ers are extremely top-heavy in their roster. They have more people banged up than just McCaffrey. They have people who are playing but are playing injured. And then you are starting to see a little bit of what happens to a team when they have to play deep in the season year after year after year after year and not able to win a Super Bowl, and then don't have replenishing of the roster around certain people. They brought back everyone. They continuously bring back everyone. And I think this was always kind of the year that they were going to take a bit of a regression. Not saying that they won't make the Super Bowl. They may make the Super Bowl. But it's not as easy sailing for them as it has been the previous 2 years. So we like the Seahawks here, plus the 3.5. Probably won't get as lucky as we did with the Cardinals, where they don't have a kicker, because that really did give us that Cardinals win and cover. But still like the Seahawks to get the cover here at plus 3.5, especially in Seattle. That one is going to be for 3 units. So we then are going to move into Saturday, where we have 2 plays so far. We're going to take South Carolina plus the 22 against Alabama. Again, don't think public models have caught up to the fact that Alabama blitzed Georgia early and kind of gave you a false sense of how good they were this year. Alabama has been big play, boomer bust all year. It caught up to them against South Florida, and obviously it caught up to them against Vanderbilt. Like South Carolina to get the bounce back here after a difficult showing against Ole Miss. So we're taking them to cover the plus 22 for 2 units. And then we have LSU plus the 3 against Ole Miss, and we're taking that one for 3 units. Night game in Baton Rouge. That is one of the most difficult environments to play. I think night game in Baton Rouge and night game at Penn State during a whiteout are the 2 most difficult in all of college football. We like LSU's chances there against an Ole Miss team that's very good, but still has some weaknesses, especially along the defense, that we think that LSU will be able to exploit. And that's going to be it for us today, guys. If you're betting with us, if you're winning with us, please subscribe, notifications on, make sure you're getting those community posts, and just share, comment, like. Any interaction we have is positive. Anything we can do to help get us in the algorithm, just grow the channel. We'll always keep the picks free. Just want to grow the channel. But enjoy Monday Night Football. Have a good night, and we'll get back to you soon with that 200 unit check-in. Thanks, guys.